You're watching SBA Today. With all the latest news, stories, and advice, here are your hosts, Paul Long and Tanya Mazurek.
Welcome to SBA Today for the week of November 18th. I am Paul.
And I'm Tanya. And Paul, this week feels so much lighter. Why might that be?
I know, because we are back open. Yay, yay, yay. There was a notice that came out. They are going to be scheduling a updated Connect call here very soon. So that will be very important for us to be on. And now, hey, Tanya, do you remember Mark? Remember Mark? Your boyfriend Mark?
Program.
Yeah, you're yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember the last show that he liked to tease me on this, because he knows I had somebody that I might have been smitten with that might have had the name Mark with a K. So then every time he wants to bring up this Mark program, he likes to bring up the fact that, oh yeah, some ship sailed away on me at some point.
Well, hey, Mark was gone and then he came back like a typical man, right? Sorry, I had to.
And then gone, and then back, and then gone.
And then comes back.
And gone. Thank you very much. No, okay.
Not really emotionally available the last few weeks.
Oh my God. I'm going to kill him.
So Mark Lone is now available out there, and I'm sure that's a big reason why they want to do the Connect call. So that will be there. And then also remember, we have that fee relief for manufacturing term loans that are under $950,000. Note, those fee waivers are not for Mark. Mark is fully priced, only on those term loans on that. And so, we're still kind of, So I just keep in mind that on that manufacturing, they got to have that NACIS of 31, 32, 33. And it must be on their tax returns. I want to make that known again, because that has happened multiple times.
Question for you.
Make sure it's not on the tax return.
Question for you on that, Paul, because I need to go look it up. Actually, I have one right now that could be considered a manufacturer, blah, 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 but it's too large. It's like 5 million. Can they? Let's see. Let's discuss this. Can they get any fee waiver for the 900 and below, or only if it's 900 and below?
Only if it's 900 and below. I thought
so, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw it out there.
But
we don't know everything either, people.
Well, and again, I really want to make sure you guys know that it has to be on their last filed tax return of 31, 32, or 33. Or it will not qualify. They just put in the wrong one. Then amend the tax return. But that's that. Sorry, I just really want.
How many times have you seen that too? An amended tax return.
I get it.
Exactly. All right.
Well, hey, another thing on here too is another SBLC license was sold yesterday. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
We need to get some music on that.
I need to get a board. Yeah. Madison, I want a board with music I can do. Peach Tree Group acquired the license from First Western SBLC. So you're probably like, yeah, and so what? How in the heck does this affect me as a lender, processor, underwriter, etc.? Because we live in a world of what's in it for me. Here's the deal. That's another non-bank lender. It doesn't have to worry about deposits and is going to go out and be your competition. So that it does mean something to you, because that's more competition. Okay. One thing that I thought was very interesting on this, I have my own personal opinions, which of course you will hear because I share it all. Because the PMC's PLP designation will focus on hotel owners. Along with a network of relationships we can leverage through our origination terms, we'll be able to provide efficient capital solutions for smaller transactions while supporting small business growth in hospitality and other industries. I wonder if AI did that. Like, it's nobody actually says that. Sorry. Anyway, right? Like, come on.
Oh my God.
So you're gonna focus on hotels.
Mhm.
Good for you. There's no risk in hotels, so that's good. Keep in mind, if we have another COVID, then possibly the license will be for sale again.
Well, it
I
could be.
don't know. That's
I
my
know that
free
one
opinion.
surprised me, Paul. That one surprised me. I mean, so many out there are like hotels. I mean, that's risky. That's challenging. It's got all kinds of hairy, funky stuff on it, right? And these guys are going to focus on it.
So that's our free opinions that are not those of our employers.
Of course, nothing that we say on here is the opinion of our employers, because otherwise we either get fired. They could be like, I hired somebody that's psycho. That would be for me. It could be she's emotionally unstable.
Right. That's why you need Mark, who's unavailable.
Oh, God.
Emotionally unavailable.
God, I hope that person is not listening. And yeah, that's very interesting. Okay. So we're moving on, because otherwise Paul will keep going with this. Biz Buy Sell. Biz Buy Sell came out with Q3 2026 Business Acquisition Insight Report. And there's a lot of good things on the report that we're going to talk about. Overall, the big picture, business buying intensifies. 40% of buyers are corporate refugees in slowing job market. Amid the slowing job market, which, okay, got it. That makes sense.
We've all seen
actually,
that.
if you
That
think about
shouldn't
it.
be a shock to anybody.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Transactions grow 8% year over year.
Yay.
Awesome. Median sale price declines 2%, reflecting weaker financial performance. Now,
whoa.
Again, that seems pretty, like we all should know that, right? With how the market has gone, it seems like things have been dropping a bit to me.
Yep, I would agree.
Okay.
I think it's because cost of goods sold, tariffs, industries, like all of that play a part in that sale, would be my opinion. But
100% all of it play a part, as well as, like, if you think about historicals, and sometimes the historicals might have taken a dip or might have, do you know what I mean? And then they've come back. Like, I know I've got one that I'm looking at that it's like this, right? Because it had the low season, then it had the up season. And it's hard for banks sometimes to wrap their heads around that when it comes to the sale of a business. And the freaking ad backs. I'm sorry, ad backs.
Don't get me started. That's a whole nother call.
Anyway, okay. And uncertainty around 2026 outlook influences buyer and seller timelines. Well, yeah. I mean, isn't that typical?
No, I would think so too. Let's dive into a little bit more meat on this.
A few more of them.
Yes. Yeah. So over half, that would be 53%, because that's over 50% of small businesses owners surveyed by Biz Buy Sell say tariffs have increased business expenses. While 62% report that inflation is not easing. Okay. Keeping prices for goods and supplies elevated. So I think that definitely does hurt a lot of, the purchase price. And tariffs aren't good.
Paul, you know what? When I first read that, I read 60% report that inflation is not easy. And I'm like, no, it isn't. Not easing. I read easy, and I'm sitting there going, really? No.
I mean, sort of.
No. You think? Okay. Deals also move faster, with businesses spending a median of 149 days on the market, the fastest pace since 2017.
Ooh, that's interesting.
This compares to 176 days in the previous quarter and 164 days just a year ago. This faster pace underscores growing buyer interest and urgency to act on strong opportunities rather than attempting to time the market. Oh, that sounds almost like what they tell you as far as for investing in,
real
stock market.
estate, right? Right, or that too. I'm seeing a lot, and I'm sure you are too at your shop, that, there's a lot of, okay, I'm reviewed you. I like the business. I like the buyer. Go do your LOI. And then you sit back and you're like, I didn't win. Well, shit. Like,
yeah.
Okay. But there's a lot of competition on deals.
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do a lot of, like, when brokers come to you and they ask you to look at a business that they are selling, but you don't know who the borrower is yet. You're not working with the borrower yet. You don't even know if it's going to go SBA yet. What do you do?
I look at it only from the side of the business. And I disclaim the heck out of my email stating it's all up to the buyer, because, based on the business, cash flow, assets, blah, 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 it's this works. But if all of a sudden you have a buyer with, a credit score of 2 and a, net worth of $4, I mean, probably not so much of a deal. That's why when I see pre-qualifications, it's,
I'm just not the biggest fan. I'm just not the biggest fan. So I just had one. That's why I bring this up, because I just had one, and it kind of goes in this. I mean, personally, how much is this thing going to appraise for? If it's a business acquisition, what is it going to appraise for? And how much is somebody going to buy it for? I mean, there's got that in there too. Anyway.
Well, next they talk about restaurant. And restaurants had a moderately strong quarter. Restaurants are better. What? With closed deals up 2% year over year and 27% quarter over quarter. They had a 1% dip in medium sales price of $220,000, which I thought was very interesting. And restaurants saw a 4% year over year increase in cash flow and an 8% rise in revenue. And I think that's wonderful. Restaurants need a little bit of that relief. They need, because, I always look at the teriyaki restaurant who, buys their chicken, from Cisco or wherever. And where did that chicken come from? And did it cross the road? And did it make it? And how much was it? And was there tariffs on the chicken? It gets expensive. So,
oh my God, did you see my most recent, one of my most recent posts that I put out there of me in the chicken house?
Oh yeah,
you bring up the
Thank
chicken.
You. That's
oh my God,
good point. Make sure to check out Tanya's chicken. Anyway,
Tanya's chicken. Apparently, I'm not as Southern as I used to be, because I didn't know what the heck I was doing in the chicken. Anyway, all right. Be realistic if you find a perfect business. Please.
You mean just lowball them, right?
Lowball, take your time. Maybe check others. Nobody else is looking at it because it's not, it's perfect. Get ready to compete with dozens of other buyers for it. If you find a mediocre business, I love this one. If you find it, the mediocre businesses, you might be the only one interested, and you could get a decent business for a bargain price. Now, people don't recognize this, and they're only going for the absolute slam dunks, right? If you find that bargain price, it's up to you then to make it into a better business, says Rebecca Carr of West Shores Realty in California. Now, I translate that into be prepared to work for what you want. You won't want to, or let's see, what is it? How did I say this? I said, be prepared to work for what you want. You won't want for work. Does that make sense? You won't want for work if you work for what you want. Anyway.
That's too early. That's too many words. I'm a simple human.
See what I
do? I know.
I'm going back to bed. Anyway.
They continue on, too often we see individuals with access to cash or with large bank accounts looking to buy highly profitable, self-sustaining, absentee owner businesses.
Ooh,
they use the word investment, which pisses me off. They have the intentions of working 0 hours in the business because you can't buy a small business as an investment. You know what? I'm going to read that again. You cannot buy a small business as an investment. This is not a multifamily property. Only a small business owner always needs to work in the business, whether it's 20 hours or 80 hours or more than that. Some buyers have no idea what owning a small business is actually like, said Patrick Shealy of Santa Santa Rosa business in California and commercial. I see this all the time. And you know what? We talk about the spirit of the program. The spirit of the program is not, I repeat, not for investors. And
I can't take my
me
savings? You mean I can't take my savings, go buy a small business that's totally absentee owner? I don't have to do anything. Everybody else can do it for me. I can sit back and just collect that paycheck, and SBA is going to back it. You mean they won't?
Right. If you want that, go buy an apartment complex. Go buy that, and you're still going to
not using SBA.
Well, yeah, no, don't do that. Which, by the way, if you ask AI, I have caught AI saying that you can use SBA loans to buy multifamily properties. So proof that AI is full of it.
Exactly. Everybody, God, using the chat GPTs and the whatever. Verify the information you get. I mean, I've had that happen to me before where I was trying to do something a little bit easier when it came to the SOP and put a specific section. It doesn't know which SOP it's looking at, and it could go wherever. So you got to be careful and kind of do it yourself. I mean, that's one of the challenges we're running into with that AI.
That's true.
Yeah. But anything else for this week, Paul?
No, no, that's it. Kind of a light week. I'm sure we will have lots to talk about in the next upcoming weeks with the Connect call. And one thing that one more thing, I just kind of thought about. I didn't even put it on here, but we there was, and I don't remember the number because I'm going off of memory. It's like
and that's
$50 million was booked on E-Tran the day the government opened. Like it was a massive number. And it was really nice because they were talking about how the system was able to handle it because it could handle PPP, and if it can handle PPP, it can handle anything, which I agree.
Well, we all know.
And so there was a lot of backlog, and to all SBA employees out there, because I know we have many that listen to this thanks for showing up. Good luck. Good Lord, I'd hate to see what your email looks like.
How many did you reach out to? How many SBA of the people that work directly in SBA did you actually reach out to when it opened? I reached out to quite a few and thanked them for coming back to work. I mean,
I would be afraid to call them because they're like, I wouldn't want to be called. That's just me.
I called and I texted and went, no, these are people that you're closer with, right? But it's no different. Think of how the TSA agents might have felt walking through. They're working for nothing. They're also furloughed or whatever. They're working for nothing. And you at least thank them for, God, they showed up, right?
It's true. That's true.
All right, guys. All right. Don't forget, we're live on Tuesday mornings right here on LinkedIn and YouTube and any platform where you get your podcast. Check out our previous episodes as well as our sister show, The BDO Show. If you've got questions, connect with Paul or I on our individual LinkedIn pages. If you like what we do, subscribe and share with your colleagues so you never miss an episode. Enjoy your week. And if no one's told you lately, we appreciate you and think you're pretty awesome. Peace out.
See you later.
Peace out.